Welcome back to Hoser Craft. And today we're going to be talking about when we are in a recovery facility. And it doesn't matter what kind. You know, I'm Joe. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time, come along for the journey with me on my PTSD recovery journey. But if you're going to go into any facility, whether voluntarily or not, and it doesn't matter whether it's for drugs or alcohol or, you know, depression, anxiety, PTSD, you are going to have drama. It's just going to happen. It's going to be there, and you may be part of it. You may just witness it. You might, but it's something that we will all have to deal with. And that's what I'm going to be talking to you about with my recovery today. So let's get into it. Okay, so we come to a facility and the whole purpose is to work on ourselves and to become a better person, to become a functioning person, to restore some semblance of sanity in our lives. Okay, and you got to understand that when you come there, you're going to have the inpatients, the veterans, the residents, whatever you want to call them, and you're going to have the staff. And that can be a variety of people and a variety of positions. And they're not immune to drama either. Okay, that's just how it is. I mean, why? Well, let's face it. When we show up messed up. We didn't come here like I didn't waltz into this place. I'm Mr. Wonderful, and I'm here to save the day. I'm gonna teach you everything. No, I'm a screwed up individual. I'm broken, and I need to learn how to fix myself. And that's the point of being here, so that I have that opportunity to learn those tools that I can apply. Now, obviously, we're not going to be perfect at it like this, okay? And let's face it, things like gossip and rumors, crossing boundaries or having boundaries, being codependent, are all things that we can have come up that are problems with us. Okay, there's a lot of different things because those are negative behaviors and they affect us and the people around us. Okay, now it doesn't mean that you're necessarily somebody causing drama, but there is going to be people that do. Now, the point is, try not to get hating on somebody. And you know, you don't have to tell other people, but hopefully they won't be hating on you. Some might. You can't control that. You are not responsible for my feelings, and I'm not responsible for yours. What I'm responsible for is trying to improve myself. And when stuff happens, it doesn't have to be all negative for you. Why? Because you're there, and once you start learning those tools, these are opportunities to practice, to not react, to not go off the wall, to stop, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, and then try to use your tools that you learn. There's a lot of videos I talk about a lot of those various tools, so I don't want to waste a lot of time in that. You know, and there are different things that can happen. I mean, staff, they are human beings. They are not gods. They are not dictators, okay? They are people that are here to assist us and teach us and in times guide us. And there are going to be rules we have to follow because that's part of being in a structured environment designed to help us improve ourselves. One of the issues, though, that does come up is the simple fact that some people are just more charismatic than others. And maybe this staff member or that staff member likes somebody else a little bit more than they do you, or likes you a little bit more than they do somebody else. So one person might get scrutinized more often than another person. You can't blame the staff, because the fact is they're doing a lot of that from their perception of what kind of risk you are to yourself. It's not about picking on you. If they're picking on you, is what it seems like, it's probably because your behaviors are showing to them that you have risks that may cause you harm, or things that will get in your way of getting better. Their job is to keep you safe. And there are other things that we have to consider with staff. They may have individual problems with their life outside of work that can affect them inside of work. Yes, I know all the preaching about leave work at work and home at home, but some situations that's very difficult to do. We're all human beings. And for me, in the building, a lot of those people are also veterans. A lot of the staff are veterans. Not necessarily all of them, but many are. And many of them suffer from the same stuff we do, which actually helps them understand us and what we need better. You know, if they make mistakes, and it's healthier for us if we can take a step back, take a couple breaths, and try to forgive them. Now, if they go a little bit far or something, there is going to be somebody else to talk to about it. You know, they're not going to be ganged up on in general, okay? If you feel ganged up on, it's probably because you're getting out of control. We do that sometimes. We screw up. We make mistakes. Other people screw up, make mistakes. But it doesn't have to be a death knell. It can be an opportunity to learn, to understand that there are consequences to what you do and what you say. Okay? Everything we do and everything we say has a consequence. And it can be a good consequence, or it can be a bad consequence. And unless you like bad consequences, it's probably a good idea to stop doing and saying the things that give you negative consequences. Doesn't that make a little bit of sense? Wouldn't that be practicing a little bit of sanity? You know, because I don't know how many times I've seen people bust out into fights or go berserk, you know, and those tend to have some heavy consequences. You know, you lose a little bit of an opportunity there when you go that far. You commit a crime or severely break some rules, you might get booted out. You might go to jail. It doesn't mean that you're done and over with, though. It just means you better learn that you need to apply whatever tools you got and keep trying to get into some help situations. Utilize the services that are provided and learn and apply it to make yourself a better person. Okay? That's mostly what it is, because that's why I'm here. I'm not here to judge so-and-so or say whatchamacallit's bad. If I think somebody's got a problem and it's not my job to fix it, I try to figure out who is the appropriate person who can be helpful and beneficial to them. Well, or I could just keep my mouth shut, but that's also part of staying in my lane. But the important thing is that helping other people, doing the best I can to be helpful and not harmful, helps me. I mean, I guess that's why some people call it selfish, even though it's kind of selfless. You know, selflessness is a good thing, but sometimes it can be done in what can be kind of categorized as a selfish nature. Why? Because if you don't take care of you, if I don't take care of me, I can't help anybody. You know, it's like on the back of this shirt, it has a saying about don't take a shirt from a shirtless man. And that's basically saying you don't need help from somebody who doesn't have what they're trying to offer. You know, I can't help anybody if I'm being screwed up. You know, the whole, if anybody's ever read some of the Bible stuff, there's a thing about the speck in the eye and the big old plank sticking out, right? Oh, that plank, it's like a telescope. Makes that old speck look like a boulder. Let me get that boulder out of your eye. No, that's not what we want to do. We want to figure out we got that plank and try to pull it out. You know? And that's what a lot of that's about. Stay in your lane, focus on yourself and your recovery. Yes, it's cool to talk with other vets. It's cool to talk with staff. But you have to keep in mind, you are here, if you're in a facility, to make yourself a better person. You do the work, which takes practice, and the staff provides the tools and the means. That's about all I got to say about that. Thanks for joining me along with my PTSD recovery journey. I'm Joe. My channel is Hosiercraft. And if there was anything about this video that you found that you liked, click like. I would also love it if you would subscribe and ring that bell. Ding, ding, ding. So that you can follow along when I make new content. Also, if you know anybody out there who may benefit from the information that I'm putting out on my recovery journey, please share it. Might help somebody. And always, please, comment either in the comment section or you can go to my little page, the community page, and make a comment there. I'm always open to having ideas of what you'd like to hear me talk about. So, thanks again for joining me, and until next time, I will see you again on Hosiercraft.